He gave it to a friend to leak classified information. It's all classified. It was totally classified. So he did an illegal act, and he said it himself, in order to get a special counsel against me.
President Trump slamming former FBI Director James Comey yesterday after it was revealed that Comey shared memos detailing his conversations with the president with at least 3 people. But Comey, in an interview with our own Bret Baier last night, denying the memos were classified.
Facts really do matter. That memo was unclassified then. It's still unclassified. It's in my book. The FBI cleared that book before it could be published. That's a false statement.
Juan Williams is a Fox News political analyst and co-host of The Five. Matt Schlapp, chairman of the American Conservative Union and former White House political director under George W. Bush. Thanks, both of you, for being here.
Good morning.
For me, the squirm moment was when Brett challenged Comey about those memos that he wrote after meeting with the president as FBI director in the White House, and he called it his personal diary. Juan, how do you defend that?
I think that's what it is. According to Mr. Comey, he was the FBI director, and he said it was not classified, never was classified, and in fact, he argued that the FBI had to approve his book, and the memos are in the book.
But it's government business, is it not, Matt?
Yeah, let me tell you, I worked at the White House for 4 years. When I left, they told me I can take no emails, I can take no memos, I can take no paper with me. I was a much lower staffer than the FBI director. The idea that he concocted memos for the sole purpose of prosecuting a case against Donald Trump in the press is a violation of the oath he took, the pledge with taxpayers, and this charade has to stop. This is a disgusting display of explaining what his service was.
We now know that those memos are part of the DOJ Inspector General's investigation of James Comey. Juan?
Yeah, but it's not about classified information. What Comey said last night to Bret Baier was that it's about employment policy, and you'll have a review, but it's not about classified information. And Matt, I think it's important to distinguish for the audience that while you can't take emails or anything else, what Comey did was he had copies given to the FBI and then took some home. But he was very clear. Well, apparently you can.
No,
and then,
that's
and
what
then what he did was he made sure that everything that was left with the FBI included classified memos that he did not take. So there's a distinction to be made.
I want to get to Congressman Trey Gowdy, who spoke about this very issue. Here's what he said.
Jim Comey has a definition of the word leak that no one else has. Yeah. What he says is a leak is what the rest of us call a felony. Leaking is disclosing a confidential conversation, which is exactly what he did.
Matt, I'm guessing you would agree with the congressman there.
I do. I agree with the chairman. Let me go back to what Juan is saying. The real difference here, not only is Jim Comey not allowed to create a work product that isn't housed by the government that he takes out with him, he did it for the sole purpose. He wrote these memos for the sole purpose of prosecuting a case in the press with his fans in the press against Donald Trump. And that's a real violation of his oath. Let me tell you something else. When you meet with the president one-on-one, when you're advising the president, there's something sacred about being in the Oval Office and talking to the president. Jim Comey pierced this from the very first moment when he walked out of those meetings and decided then that he was going to let his friends at the New York Times and other liberal national news organizations prosecute this case. And he did it from the very beginning when he didn't even care to know who funded the dossier. Either he's lying that he didn't know, or he didn't think it mattered who funded the dossier, but yet he used the dossier to start an investigation and start to listen in and surveil the Team Trump. Everything about this is about him being a never-Trump person. Yeah. He never thought Donald Trump should have been president, and he wants to kick him out of the office.
Juan, go ahead.
Matt, I think what this is really about is Donald Trump made a mistake in firing Jim Comey.
No, he should have fired him on day one.
No, he made a mistake because guess what? When he said, especially when he said to Lester Holt that he fired him because of the Russia stuff, that's what prompted the the Mueller special counsel. That's not a result of the memos. What the memos do, though, is reveal the president's mindset and his attitude. And as you know, members of the Congress even had the memos put on public display thinking there's going to be some inconsistency before what he said to the press or what he said in the book.
We got to leave it here, guys. But thank you very much. I think we can all agree that interview is well worth watching, and you can see it on Fox News.
Definitely.
Feisty Friday panel. Meanwhile,